This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, senior high school students throughout Grand Bahama hearing from the nation's leader, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie, on the importance of leadership as they prepare to begin their careers. The Prime Minister's comments came as he addressed a youth conference at the Pelican Bay Resort on Saturday. Sabrina Brown has the details.
The Bahamas Youth Leadership Development Program is designed to provide 12th grade students with skills that will enable them to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. During the relaunch of the program, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie appealed to founder Shivargo Lang to consider a partnership with the government, which he believes will have a greater impact on the nation's youth.
It has such enormous potential that it would seem to me that is a necessary discussion that you should have. And secondly, similarly with the University of the Bahamas, you are able to complement the work of the university, and I think it really to prepare students for university in a very special way.
He noted that the program is significant as it empowers young people as they seek to become future leaders of the Bahamas.
As a young country, we have a tremendous responsibility as leaders, all of us, to ensure that our country continues along the right path. And this is why you are being conditioned as future leaders of our country in whatever field you're going to be in. And I want you to believe that, young people, that this is all about you, and you're being empowered to understand that to be the best you can, you have to think about it, you have to plan it, you have to feel it, and this is what Mr. Lang is trying to do with this enterprise.
The nation's leader outlined some key principles of leadership.
Leaders must be listeners, respecting that others too have a voice. Others have words and thoughts that matter. Leaders must be gracious, knowing that the power they wield is only wielded when used in the interest of bettering others. Leaders must be sympathetic, able to suffer with those of their followers who suffer. Leaders must be compassionate, able to move, to relieve suffering where possible.
Founder of the program, Shivargo Lang, already has plans to expand the program into other islands.
While the bulk of our attention is on students here in Grand Bahama, schools in Nassau will be requested to provide 2 representatives each to join us in our 3 tours as we mount them over the next several months.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The Pinders Point and Lewis Yard Population Committee held a town meeting to discuss the relocation of the residents from the area. Italia Hall reports.
Tells me that there was a
residents in the Pinders Point, Lewis Yard, Hunters, Mactown, and the surrounding communities came together for a town meeting at Upper Zion Baptist Church to talk about some of the environmental issues in those communities. Shuffle Hepburn, a member of the Pinders Point Lewis Yard Committee for the relocation for residents around the industrial plant, says there are many challenges that they encounter in their fight to have residents relocated.
To get somebody in a meaningful way to sit at a table and talk about relocation is the biggest challenge. The where will fall into place because we can't go where you can't go. You will be able to go where there's space and where there's opportunity and where the people, for the most part, feel comfortable.
Committee member Bertram Pinder says they have been throughout the various communities conducting surveys.
Our last survey proved that 90% or even 95% of the residents from Pinders Point to Lewis Yard in particular was prepared to relocate.
Human rights activist Joe Darville says he was instrumental in moving 2 government schools out of those communities.
How much more do we need to convince the powers that be that this should not happen in our country?
Residents were then given an opportunity to express their concerns and ask questions.
I have 4 great-grandchildren and everyone plagued with asthma.
My Lord.
And you know when that scent come over, after the hurricane go on, the scent come over and all of them had to go to the RAN.
What are the criteria that this committee is trying to achieve? 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can all be on the same page, speaking with one voice, so that we all will be able to go forward with one tone.
If we don't get this together and be on one accord, we ain't gonna get no place. We ain't get no place.
The committee will be leading a demonstration tomorrow in front of Pharmachem and Buckeye at 12 p.m. It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Grand Bahama recording its 17th murder over the weekend. Officer in charge of Grand Bahama and the Northern Bahamas holding a press conference today, urging anyone with any information to come forward. Megan Shepard reports.
Officer in charge of Grand Bahama Senior Assistant Commissioner Emric Seymour giving an update on the island's latest homicide. Reports are that police received reports of gunshots in the parking lot area of a business establishment near the International Bazaar at approximately 2:50 a.m. Police arrived on scene and discovered the lifeless body of a male lying on the ground, suffering from apparent gunshot wounds to the body.
Our initial report is suggestive that the victim was in the parking lot of the establishment around the time the gunshots were heard, along with a group of other individuals who were just exiting the establishment, when a lone gunman would have come into the area and, of course, open fire, hitting the victim in the process. EMS personnel were called, were contacted, and needless to say, they reported him dead.
As rumors circulate through social media, Seymour says no official identification of the victim has been made.
These things take time. There's a process. We're going through the process right now, and of course, in the not too distant future, the identity of the individual will be revealed, and of course, you'll be notified. And of course, we want to give the family members, we want to, respect the family members in releasing names without going through the actual proper protocol.
Seymour noting that the Northern District has an excellent relationship with the community, and he is urging anyone with any information to come forward.
Coming forward to the police, giving the information to help us bring some resolve to this matter would do several things. One, it would put the members of the public minds at ease. It would put the family members of the victim at ease. And of course, bring some resolve to this menace called crime that seemed to wreak its head from time to time.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
President of the Families for Justice organization here on Grand Bahama, speaking out on the condition of the Garnet Lavardy Justice Center. Leader of the organization, Glenroy Bethel, telling ZNS News that even before Hurricane Matthew, the local Supreme Court was deteriorating, and noted that debris due to Hurricane Matthew still lingers.
You can look at the Supreme Court, and debris from the storm has piled up. They put it together. They have it stacked outside. It's a hazard to also the public. And again, we're concerned about the maintenance. Where's the workers? Do they have workers to maintain it? Before and after the storm, the condition remains the same.
Now, Bethel says another issue the organization believes needs urgent attention is the condition and temporary location of the Attorney General's office.
They recently moved the Attorney General office, but again, there are files, cases are being put off right now. We've known this for a fact. Cases are being put off till next year on major cases. And so families who've been waiting for quite some time, again, can't really get no answers. So I think the Attorney General side of it as well needs to be more informative when it comes to the public, to let them know where they're relocated. And we're also saying to the Attorney General herself, can we see a permanent place for the Attorney General office here in Grand Bahama?
Now, ZNS News contacted the Supreme Court for a response on these allegations. We were told that Families for Justice should refer these claims to the Ministry of Works and the Ministry for Grand Bahama, who are responsible for the upkeep of the Supreme Court as well as all government buildings. We also spoke with the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions at the Attorney General's office, who had no comment on the Family for Justice claims. However, when ZNS News visited the Attorney General's office, a sign was posted as to where they are temporarily relocated. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.